Hi guys, and welcome back. This is Anita. If you were returning, thank you for returning and seeing what's happening in my budget life. If you are new, I do mostly budgeting videos. I have done plan with me's in the past. Right now I am just focusing on the budgeting videos as of right now. So as per the title, we are going to be looking and doing the weekly check-in, which I'm going to tell you guys, I have been spending and spending and spending and spending like crazy. So, yeah, I already know that this month literally is going to be horrible in spending. But, hey ho, it happened. But there's a lot of things that also comes with that. It is officially Valentine's Day right now. It's almost actually noon, and it is freezing. It's like 0 degrees out with a wind chill of like -14 or -44. I can't remember what it is now. But it's cold, and if you have been following me in my journey, you will know that we have been remodeling a shed into a tiny home. We currently do not have any central heating, so we do have at this time we actually have 3 space heaters going on. And our living room slash kitchen is literally a skating rink. We have wood floors, and because it's been so cold, we just have ice forming on our wood floors. So, and part of that is because we do not have skirting around our house right now. And we don't have our house fully insulated. So once we get those 2 things done, we will be a lot warmer, but we've already decided last night that we really can't do too much more until it does warm up, because we are in the process of having to paint our ceiling with Kills. And of course, anytime you use paint, they do recommend at least 51 degrees or higher that you're actually painting in, so it dries better. And as it stands, there are ice crystals on our paint. So, you know, we paint one day and have to wait for a week or 2 weeks before we can actually put insulation up. Anyways, let's get into the budget. So I am in my Erin Condren. So here's a couple of things. I did make my, labels, and actually now that I turned this to, I hope that shows a little bit better, guys. It's hard to see, because I know that the light that's over here is a lot brighter than this one here. So I do apologize that I don't have even lighting on this. So, let's get into our transaction log. So with the transaction log, how I'm going to do this, because as you can see, I have several transactions per day, I'm going to take my 5-star. As you can see, I got it on clearance for $1.50. Anyways, I'm going to just use this to add up the totals, and then we're going to write those totals onto my little labels that I made. So, I'm going to go ahead and scoot, and actually, this one here, the first day is going to be pretty easy. So, and I'm going to just basically rewrite these out in the same form, kind of, but a little different, really, to be honest. So for 2-5, the husband and I went to Sonic. We split it. And so my portion of it was $11. And at first I put food, but I think I'm going to put it under personal, just because it wasn't really subjected as food, actually. Yeah, we're going to put it under personal because we both decided to eat out basically, and we don't have an eating out folder yet. So I'm going to write these down. Personal, we have household. Yeah, okay, so personal, we had $11, and then on the same day, I ended up going to Hardee's. I think it was during work, because this would have been a Friday. So at work, I went to Hardee's for lunch, and I spent an $8.08, so that's a total of $19.08. I did do our UPS finally change, so that for the household was $105. Then on 2/6, we had Country Mart, Dollar General, and McDonald's. So we have food, household, and personal. So food, household, and personal. So for food, which is just going to be the $603 for Country Mart. So how I did this is, because I didn't split up the transactions, I went ahead and split them up in this section here, and this is the total what I actually spent there. So then we have household, which was $218. So let's go ahead and get the calculator out. We have $219 plus $38.27. So that's $40.46. So then at Dollar General, so we did $38.27, but then we had $7.67 of my personal, and then McDonald's was $2.70. So that was $10.37. I did nothing, spent nothing on the 7th, so we're going to move down to the 8th. So as you can see, I have several. We have food. Now I'm not going to do anything for the hubby because that's kind of, right now he's using my bank account because he doesn't have his debit card. So I'm trying to keep track a little bit of what his was. So excuse me if I can talk. We're going to do food, gas, because it looks like I did fill up that day, personal, and again hubby and I went out, so we did Pizza Hut, so we split that. So food and personal, food, personal. Okay, so let's start with the food. So at Walmart we spent $53.68. Food $20.84 and $12.30, which is $86.82. Gas was $22.62, and then personal. So personal was $12.50, $9.66, and $10.87. So $33.03. Then on to 9. Oh, I did have another. Okay, so 2/6, I forgot. I did also have gas on 2/6, so I'm gonna write this over here for $16.78. Sorry guys, I forgot that I had done gas. I knew I had done it, but I thought it was like the 4th instead. So, alright, the 9th. So as you can see, this is the night that we spent at the hotel. We ended up not having water, and we actually still don't have water. Well, we got it, and then it went out again. So we ended up going to the Dollar Tree. I went there before we decided to spend the night. So yeah, not fun. So we had food, household, and we actually had unbudgeted, and that was for the hotel stay. And I technically took over that one, but I may try and get some reimbursement from my husband on that one. So food was $210, and then when we went to the hotel, it was $637. So $847. And that was mainly when we went to the Dollar Tree here for the $746. That was mainly because we wanted to get a couple of things for in our hotel room, in case we got hungry again later on, because we did eat at the house. So yeah. Alright, so household was $433, and my unbudgeted was $86.32 for the night. Like, we could have stayed at somewhere that was cheaper, but we've heard bad reviews about those places. So we're like, nope, we're not going to do that. Alright, so $211. We have gas. We have food. Household and personal. Okay, so for gas, we had $23.75. Food was, okay, so we have to add these, $11.50, $7.33, which is $18.83. And then household was just the $10.11. And personal was $2.85 at McDonald's, of course. Then on $2.12 was food and personal. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. All right, so food was $16.48. Personal was $4.31. On yesterday, we had, I was gonna rate the place again. We had food and household. Alright, so food was $22.26 plus 76. So $23.02. And household was $140 and $16.63. So $18.03. And then today, now I know I'm not going to go anywhere else tonight and spend my money, so that is why I am doing this today. Plus I have a chance and I'm not like here with my hubby trying to do stuff with him. So we have personal, food, and household. And I'll flip this here in just a second. So personal was $412. So that way you guys can see this. Alright. So Walmart, went to Walmart mainly to stock up on water. So that was the biggest thing. Basically water and drinks. So food was $43.63, which I did actually take a look at my receipt, and I saw that I got charged twice for something that I only got one of. So I will have to go back and get that credit. Yeah. So household was $23.16. I'm trying to think what I bought. Oh, so because we don't have any water, I decided to go ahead and buy some paper plates and plastic silverware, so, and cups. So that way we can just dispose of them for the next couple of days. All right, so let's go ahead and flip back to this here. Now you will notice I did it all up here. And SWE, I never actually paid the $250 fully on the 7th. Instead, I decided to still do it weekly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep track of when I actually add money to our prepaid account for our electricity. And that's going to be in yellow. Household is in blue. Food/groceries is in green. Personal is purple. Unbudgeted is red. And then gas is silver. I actually was going to do personal in blue because that's my favorite color, but oh well. And I did find out, guys, that the CVS Pass is only $5, so there was no taxes taken out on that. So I'm happy and ecstatic for that. So, I don't have any room on the 5th to write stuff down. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it on the 4th instead. So we have personal and household for the 5th. So personal is the purple. So, and I'm just going to write personal. So 1908. And then household, which is the blue. Is 105. Alright, so let's go ahead and put those ones down. Now I'm going to change these, once I get finished with this sheet, I am going to change these just a tad bit, but not a whole lot, but a little bit. So it looks like I need to resize them just a tiny, just a smidgen. Alright, then on the 6th, so I'm just going to mark these off. Alright, so we had food. Let's see, food for 603. We had household. For 4046. We had personal for 1037, and then gas for 1678. And the only reason why my gas was so little that day was because that was the day that I went and did some Instacarting, and actually I wanted to do Instacart and DoorDash, but DoorDash just was not doing very well that day, so I didn't even try to finish it or try to do any DoorDash. There was nothing there. So we have household, and I'm just going to try and stick these down as close as I can to each other. Gas, personal, but I did do some household shopping and some personal shopping. Yeah. Alright. So then we're going to flip, and we didn't do anything on the 7th, so that kind of helps out. Then we have food. I'm just going to write food on all these here real quick because we're going to have them for several days. So we have 86, 82. Then we had gas for 22.62, and personal for 33.03. A lot of my personal, guys, is I've been kind of stocking up on a lot of like coloring books. That's mostly been what it's been, coloring books, and since I've been couponing, I did kind of get a couple of things for couponing. Like I bought a couple of new binders. I still have yet, I'm actually going to look and see if I still have them. I should still have them, but I have like those 9-pocket trading card sleeves, and I haven't bought any of them new yet, and I need to go into storage to see what I have. Alright, 2/9. We have food of $8.47. We have household of $4.33, and then our unbudgeted alright, so I'm going to actually leave that one, but I'm going to say hotel night. That way, when I look at it, I can easily see what it was. So $86.32. Alright. We're going to leave this other unbudgeted one. Okay, and this was all on the 9th. So there isn't really any special way that I'm putting these on here. I'm just laying them down as I kind of go through them. There was nothing done on the 10th, so we're going to flip over to the 11th. The 11th, we had gas for $23.75. Food was $18.83. Household $10.11. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but there are actually 2 different blues. I was actually planning on having 7 colors. Yeah, so 7 here. But I don't know how many I'm actually going to stick with for right now. Household and then personal. Which is $2.85. Which I guess I could kind of, with some of these ones that are like personal that are like $2.85, I could actually write down where I went on those, to be honest, but maybe I'll do that next month. I think for this month I'm just gonna stick with just writing down that it was household or whatever. I mean, I know I have the key, but since this is a new system for me, I think I'm going to do it this way. That way I get used to the colors that I have for them. And then once I get used to those colors, unless I decide to change them up every single month, depending on what my monthly layout kind of looks like. So like this up here, then I might change them. Whoa! Sorry, my light was like super touchy. Alright, so the 12th, we had food and personal. Okay, so personal and food. So food was $16.48. Now, and the reason why you guys see like food on here literally every single day pretty much is because of the fact that we have a very small fridge. It's a 7.5 cubic foot fridge, and my husband and I both drink different milks. So he's been drinking lactose tolerant foods basically, or lactose free foods, sorry, or lactose free drinks such as the milk. So you know, he has one of those half gallons or 2 half gallons to make it for a couple of days, and then I always have a gallon of milk. and I can go through a gallon of milk. I could technically go through a gallon of milk in a day. And I've done that before, and I've been drinking a lot of milk, especially when it's cold out or the wintertime. Especially the wintertime, I notice I drink a lot more milk because I'm inside more. So I'm not out and getting the vitamin D from the sun. So then yesterday, the 13th, we had food and household. So food was $23.02. Household was $18.03. So you'll kind of see, like, you know, I will be going and getting food almost every single, like every other day. So I think because I have to do that, as far as getting food like almost every single day, if it's just like, for example, let's say the 12th, let's say all I got was food, and I didn't have any personal, then I would probably count that as a no spend day, just because of the fact that I know I had to get my milk, and I believe I also had to get my husband's milk. And I had to get meat for dinner because we have just a small space. We do have some meat in our freezer, not a whole lot, and it was still frozen. I forgot to take meat out of the fridge before I left for work, and with our house being as cold as it is, there just was not gonna be any way that I could have gotten any of our meat de-thawed in time to make dinner. So yeah. So we have household, personal, and food. Food is $43.63. Personal, $4.12. Okay. So that is where we're labeling. We've basically tracked it. So we're tracking it kind of like 3 different ways, really, is how we're going to be doing this. So, you know what? I really don't want to cover up that Valentine's Day. And since we don't really have too much of these, I'm going to kind of flip them up here. So now that we've done that, we're gonna go. It just looks so full. It's so weird. But I like it. I do like it. I do need to also, one second, guys. I am going to log into my Southwest Electric, and we are going to write down how much I have, quote, paid / deposited for our electricity. Let's see. And I always forget which one I have to go to for this because it's different. Okay. So we have made 2 payments. And get the right. By the way, guys, I am using the Erin Condren in this black. It's a dual tip marker, is what I'm using right now. So, alright, so we need, okay, we've done 2 of them. One was on the 6th, so because it was on the 6th, oh, I guess I did pay something on the 10th. Alright, so I'm going to just put it over here, and I'll label it as the 6th. And then we had one on the 10th. So 2/6 SWE, and I paid $30. And then SWE, I paid $50. Okay, so there's those numbers. Because like I said, I want to keep track of those. We're going to set that aside. And let's go to the actual weekly check-in. Okay. So, for this one here, our budget is $400 for the month. Household, I gotta go back and look. Household is $50. Gas, I don't have a budget. Allowance is $100. Southwest electricity is $250. And actually gas, I did put a number down here, so $170. So we'll go ahead and put that $170. So for the weeks, we're gonna go ahead and add, let's go ahead and add up food first, and I am gonna check it off. We're gonna leave this one over here. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Paper Mate Ink Joy gel. It's a 0.7 and it's just a lavender or purple color. So food. So we have one on 2/6, which was 603. Oh, 603. So I'm going to mark that one off. Then we had 847, 1883, 1648, 2302, and 4363. Okay, so we spent $203.28. So we minus 400, that leaves us remaining of $196.72. Household, we have 105, 4046, household 433, 1011, 1803, and 2316. So we spent $97.14. So we are in the negative. And do I have, one second guys. So I'm going to use this one here. It's an Erin Condren as well. So we are negative 47.14. Okay, now gas. Gas, we had 1678, 2262, 2375, and that's everything. So we spent $63.15 minus 170 is 106.85. Then here comes my allowance. Oh, I'm not gonna like this number. 1908. Okay, so we have 1908. Looking for personal. 1037. 3303. 285. 431 and 412. 73, 76. Oh wow, you know what guys, I did better than what I thought I did, to be honest. So I still have 2624. And then we have made $80 to Southwest Electric. So $250 minus 80. So that leaves us with 170. So really not all that bad. However, when you take a look at things like with our food and groceries, we can spend about $65.50 per week for the next 3 weeks. No more household spending. We went over in that. For gas, $35, almost $36. My allowance is not very much. I can spend about $8.50, $8.75, and then divide by 3, which is 56. So yeah, that's about right for our electricity. So that is this week's weekly check-in. I know this was a long one, but I did kind of want to involve you guys with this transaction log, with how I was doing it. I do still have to kind of add up. If you see, there's a total here, and actually let's go ahead and do that just real quick so you can kind of see what this page alone is. So we have $11 even, $105, $808, $822, $45.94, $270, $157.23, $22.62, $25, $30.50, $12.30, $10.87, $5.34, $7.46, $86.32, $16.78, $23.75, $11.50, $7.33, $10.11, $2.85, $20.79, $23.66, $17.39, and $4.12. Wowzers, that is quite a bit. However, I will say, so it's $572.91. So now you got to think though, because there is some of this that it's actually the hubby's pay. So if we minus the $103.55 and the $12.50, yeah. So technically I spent $456.86 this week. So we'll see how things go. Like I said, we do still not have running waters. Our pipes are frozen. We're not exactly sure what's happening because it is getting to the water heater, but then it's not going into our shower or our faucet in the bathroom, and they're literally within 2-3 feet. I mean, the water heater is 5-6 inches from our bathtub, but of course it goes the length of our bathtub and then along a different wall. So I'm not really sure what's going on. We kind of maybe think we have a frozen pipe inside the house, and it could be up along one of the walls. We're not really sure, but we won't really know until it gets warmer out. And of course getting all the siding up and everything like that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment down below. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way is fine, guys. It just kind of lets me know how you enjoyed the content in the video. And that way I can try to adjust it later on. Again, thank you so much, and check, wow, I can't speak, literally. Check back, as I will have another video that will be uploaded next Sunday or Monday. The 21st or the 22nd, is in regards to the weekly check-in. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have some fun. Stay safe and warm if you are included in any of these snowmageddons, as we're calling them, as some people are calling them. All right, guys, thank you and enjoy. Bye-bye.